In the spring, when you first decided to come back, you said that you had a discussion with Urban and the coaching staff about just kind of like what your role would be if you did decide to give it another run. And you said that you were anticipating more carries, and maybe part of the reason for that is JT's not carrying it as much as he did last year. But you had a huge game on Saturday, and I was just wondering, do you feel like that is what you had in mind when you had that discussion with them?
Yeah, most definitely. I was doing a lot of that stuff in practice since I've been here. I just haven't had a chance to really. I have chances to show in the game, I just haven't yet. And I feel like the conversation I had with Coach Meyer, it made me feel comfortable with making my decision to come back. And so far, it was a good decision.
Mike, how close were you to leaving? You know, did it get to that point where you thought you might not be back?
Yeah, it was really 50-50. I was thinking of the reasons why I should leave and thinking of why I should stay. I just feel like me staying was more reason for me to stay than leave. So,
like, what were some of the reasons to leave?
Not getting the carries that I expected. Just not getting opportunities. Really, that's really the most part right there. Not getting my opportunities.
Mike, any of those plays that you couldn't have done last year when you were still coming back from your injuries? Any of those touchdowns?
It took me almost the whole season to get to how I felt before I got injured. So I took each game. I think a few games I had like 3-4 carries, 5 carries here, but I wasn't myself then. But I eventually got going towards the end of the year, but by that time the season was over with, so yeah.
Even in your redshirt freshman year, though, we didn't see some of those. Like that first touchdown, you make a guy miss, things like that. We didn't see all of that. Is that just the progression of you as a player, or is that something you had that just hadn't come out yet?
Yeah, it's just watching film, getting better as a player, seeing what I need to work on, and attacking it as hard as I can in the off season, and then it showed me getting better at that. So,
Mike, when you illustrated some of the reasons for leaving with Coach Meyer during the off season while making that decision, what was that conversation like? I mean, I'm sure you had to bluntly say, "Look, Coach, I'm not getting the ball as much as I want to," and you had to be real about it because you're making a life decision. So, what was how did he take that, and can you give me some insight on like what that was kind of like in terms of his response?
He was just telling me I had to come in and compete. Anywhere I go, I'm gonna have to compete. If I was to go to the NFL, I'm gonna have to compete. And that's all I want. I just wanted a chance to compete. And he told me that with JT not being here, it's going to be a lot more load on the running backs. And that's all I wanted to hear was if I got a chance to compete and opportunity to get the ball, then that's all I need.
I know that Rutgers, I know it's really insanely early, but what do you see in Rutgers? Do they look like they are continuing to improve as a team?
Most definitely. Last year they was pretty decent, and they actually get better than they was last year. So they getting better each year. So I think Coach Ash doing a good job over there. Yeah.
Was it good to have your head coach back today?
Oh yeah, it felt good. It's like he never left, really.
What was practice like with him out there?
The same. He was just his head was forward, and he didn't bring none of that stuff up. His job was to coach, and that's what he did today.
Did you talk to him yesterday?
Yesterday? Yeah. I stopped by his office. Yep.
Do you feel like there was a different energy with him back in practice?
No, it's really. We were out there in practice. We were really hot today. So.
Mike, as a player, I'm sure that one of the leaders of this team that you were reading all about what was going on while it was going on. Did you feel the need or desire to talk to him about his perspective on things? Were players asking him questions? I mean, what was it like? Was there a discussion period with the team or a meeting or anything that he kind of just addressed what was going on?
Well, I think he just told us his story, basically what happened for people that wasn't aware, but we all was aware. And after that, he just moved forward and went on to talk about football camp and stuff like that. And he really he didn't harp on it at all. His whole demeanor would just get past it.